Hi everyone, this is Shamin from Sky Digital Agency. I'm the founder and the lead digital marketing consultant and trainer at Sky Digital Agency. So in this video, I actually hope to share more with you about traditional advertising versus Facebook advertising, and also to talk a little bit about Facebook ads and the Facebook ad insights that it gives any business owners who's advertising with Facebook. I hope that you have watched the other video about how to boost your post on Facebook, and these are some of the insights that you will see once you start boosting your post. At any point of video, if you have any questions at all, please comment below. It will help us greatly as if you share your comments, we're able to also help you out as much as we can as well. So let's dive into traditional advertising, and I've broken it down into three components. Okay, in terms of costing. So I'm being very safe here. I understand that most of you would have paid more, okay, for all these things that we're going to talk about. For example, the flyer design. Probably you're gonna pay a good designer 500 or $700-800 for the A5 flyer design, and depending on whether it's one-sided or double-sided. So I put a range here, and we could always use the smaller amount, right? Some of you are quite resourceful. You might be able to find a good designer to design for about $200. But most of our clients are telling us that they pay at least $500 for a one-sided design. When it comes to printing, it's about 10 cents per piece for 4 color by 4 color. But I managed to find some of the printers online that charges about $350. Okay, this is a range, so it ranges from $350 to $650 for 5,000 pieces. 4C by 4C means that it's double-sided. So in this case, this should be 350 to 650. So it depends on whether it's one-sided or two-sided. The other thing that you need to consider when you're doing traditional flyer advertising or any form of traditional advertising, you are looking at a very manual form of distribution. So, for example, for 5,000 pieces, I would say it's not easy to distribute those flyers out. So, it's going to take the person at least 10 days. So, per day, if the person actually managed to give out about 500 pieces times 10 is about 5,000. Okay, and if he charge you like $75 per day for 10 days. So I'm not sure about the costing, but to be if I really want someone who's good, I would actually offer, like, if someone actually brings the flyer to my shop or the flyer to my business and tells me that they heard of my business through this flyer, I'm actually going to give them incentive. So that incentivizes them. It's not about the number that they give out. They don't have to give out 5,000 pieces, but if they are smart enough, they figure out a way to find the clients that you are looking for, and they give out, say, 1,000 to 2,000 pieces of flyers, and they manage to find you like 10 clients, 20 clients. That is ideal, right? So this is one of the suggestions I've made to one of my clients who is considering traditional advertising for his business. The pro about this thing, about traditional flyer advertising, is that if you're location based, for example, you're a restaurant, sometimes it does help, because if people are already in the area, they work in the area, it's direct marketing. So but you need someone who is proactive to give out these flyers. They can't be passive, they can't just stand there and just give out. It's about greeting the customer, greeting the person, giving out the flyer, having a conversation. These are things that is lost in traditional advertising. For a long time, I haven't been greeted with a smile when someone wants to give me a flyer. But I always take it because I want to understand, the information in those flyers. And in one of my videos, I'm going to show you some examples and what are some of the common mistakes made on traditional flyer advertising as well. Okay, so because our office is at Raffles Place, so we have a lot of these flyers for restaurants and things like that. And I will talk a little bit more in depth next week on this common mistakes that flyer advertisers or business owners do on their flyers. So if we add all this up, okay, I'm just going to put like $350 to $650. This is like the minimum, so I'm not sure. I think if you're looking for a Singapore printer, you're probably not going to pay this price. This is probably like printers who print in Malaysia. Their lead time for printing is about 7 to 10 working days. Avoid public holidays. They're going to take so much longer because the factory in Malaysia is closed. Okay, so with this, you're minimally spending about $1,300 for traditional flyer advertising. So my question to you is, what is the ROI? What is your return on investment for this? So there, I wouldn't say that it wouldn't work, but you really need to think through how you're going to direct traffic to your website from the traditional flyers, how you're going to encourage people to come and visit your store. Maybe they can redeem something for free and things like that, right? The key point is about, especially if you're an F&B, the key point is about people figuring out where your shop is. How does your food taste? Okay, so you can even like have a buy two get one free kind of deal, so that at least you try to cover your cost, but people will try to go in groups of three, something along that line. Buy one for one, I mean, if you are able to do those kind of deals, that might be good for you. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is Facebook advertising. Okay, so Facebook advertising cost. All right, so Facebook advertising costs, we have a few things here. The Facebook ad design, depending on what kind of ad we're talking about. If you're just talking about one post, one graphic or two graphics, it might cost you lesser. But there are things like Facebook carousel posts where you need 5 images, so those might cost more. You might pay up to like $400-500 for those graphic design for your Facebook ads. And if you're like one-off, you might be paying more, but generally this is the price range that you probably can find a designer to help you out if you have those graphics and copywriting in place. So distribution of 5,000. So if we are distributing to 5,000 people, okay, to 5,000 unique users, okay, probably looking at if we can give Facebook like 5 days, that would be great. So with $100 budget, if you're very targeted, they will be able to show the ads to this 5,000 people in $100. So right now we are able to hit 5,000 with $50 to $70-80 budget. So sometimes it does even better than that. So it really depends on the advertising message and how the people generally are responding to your ads. Is it visually appealing? Are you asking a question? Things like that. So your total savings, if we just compare like 150 plus $100, $250, and it's almost immediate because a Facebook ad designs is quite quick. Like within 1 to 3 working days, you can get it. And or if you know how to do it yourself, even if you can work something out like designing in PowerPoint templates and you just need to change, these are things that is definitely doable, and this is what we do to help our clients as well, because we also want them to succeed, and when they succeed, we will succeed as well, because they will come back to us if we have value added to their business. So the savings is about 600% savings, times 6, 250 times 6 is about 1350. So with almost 600% savings, this is targeted advertising, meaning that if you are a tuition center and you want to advertise to parents, right, young parents from maybe 35 years old, their kids should be about primary 1 by the age of, if they're about 35, maybe even 33, yeah, up to maybe 40 years old. So gender as well, if you think that moms are usually the person making the decision on tuition and things like that, you can target women only. You can exclude men, so that your advertising budget is more used more effectively for your goal of this ad, okay, this advertisement. And interest group, so for example tuition, you might say like okay, maybe parents who are interested in things like maybe Adam Khoo Learning Center or top tuition centers, if you're able to find their Facebook interests to target those would be awesome. Or like concepts, learning concepts, things like that, if it's kind of like common in your industry. So think about those things. For us when we target interests like people who are interested in Regus, WeWork, right? These are things that do appear under the Facebook interest groups. So they must have a certain amount of interest before actually able to target them. So if you're talking about like a business that has only 5,000 or 10,000, then likelihood you will not be able to retarget them based on their interest. But you can also target people based on their job roles. You can say, I like to target people who are stay-home moms, or people who maybe like to own their own e-commerce store, right? Like Shopify, things like that. Or their behaviors as well with certain functions on Facebook. So you can look into those things, test it out, see what does Facebook give you, and whatever that you type out, there will always be other suggestions. So look through those suggestions that Facebook give you for targeted advertising. Okay, the next thing that we need to talk about, with almost 600% savings. All right, so let's look at the campaign. So we had one campaign that we launched just last week, and this is how it's performing. So what happened was, this is an interesting case study because the frequency of the ad, okay, is 3.64, which we'll talk about it shortly. So right now, I mainly majority of our ads, 8 out of 10 of our ads are usually link ads. So we want people to click through to our website, find out more. So our cost per click, $1.42, is still quite okay. For about $30, $28, right? $28.47, it has reached about 1,000 people. So that's quite little, because we've been sharing with you that $10 usually can reach 1,000 people, right? This is actually targeted advertising. I will share more why. Frequency 3.64 times means that this 1,000 people has at least seen my ad 3.5 times, which is quite many, and I'm not sure. I mean, it's good in a sense because there's a ad recall, right? So they might not be ready to click now. So out of this 1,000 people, only 20 people clicked. The other thing I want to talk about is, let's look at number 3. Relevance score has dropped to 4. So usually I try to keep my relevance score above 5. So 6 is alright, 7 is ideal, 7 or 8 is very ideal. So whenever I see a relevance score about 7 or 8, I always put in more money on the advertisement. Boost it for a longer period of time, or just increase the amount of money that I'm going to spend on this particular ad per day. So if initially my spend is about $5, $10 a day, I will increase it to $15 or $20 a day. So don't make drastic changes, because let the campaign finish, take a look at it. Sometimes when we duplicate a campaign, Facebook doesn't approve it, saying that there's too much text in the ad, the image, which is a bit funny. So, but yeah. So the next thing, let's look at this. So now we know how many clicks I had, on average how much I paid for a click, which was $1.47. Frequency is a bit high. Usually after, if the frequency is 2, I would turn the ad off, because that's a bit too frequent. But I'm actually letting this ad run because I really want to see how it's going to perform. So the other, once I scroll down, okay, this application is called Ads, ADS, okay, by Facebook. So once you sign into your Facebook account that has admin access to your Facebook business pages, you will get all these insights on the go, on mobile, because I'm always on the move, so I'm always tracking my ads. Sometimes I even launch my ads from my mobile as well. So yeah, so that's something for you to know. So gender, women only, Cost per click $1.42 cents, and it has reached 1,095 people. So this is the reason why the frequency is so much, because the amount of people that has been online that Facebook can show based on my interests is very few, not many. Then let's look at the next component. So now we know it's women only. Let's look at the age. So at 20, the first part on part 3, 25 to 34 years old, I have about 10 people that I've paid Facebook $1.64 per click. Interestingly, for women in the age group of 35 to 44, I'm only paying $1.21 per click, which is very interesting, which means that there's a very high tendency that if I duplicate my ad and I push it out to people in the age group of 35 to 44, on average, I'm actually going to pay much lesser per click. So about $1.21. So that's going to stretch my dollar as well. So use these insights to help you decide on how much money you're going to spend on each ad, how well each ad is performing, and things like that. Okay, but generally, in terms of Facebook or Instagram marketing and advertising, most of the time our cost per click, depending on topic, I must say, is cheaper for women. So there are some topics like SEO, it appeals to men more, Google Analytics, chatbots, things like that. So then those ads, you will see in the insights that it costs much lesser per click for men. Okay, so but typically it costs us lesser if we are advertising to women 25 to 34 years old. So interestingly, this ad is showing otherwise. All right, so you might be wondering where are these ads being shown. It's typically on Facebook platform. In this case, majority of it was on the mobile news feed of the Facebook app. 14 reach was on the Instagram feed, which means that 14 people opened up their Instagram feed and 14 people saw this ad on their Instagram feed. On desktop, it has reached 4 people as well. So actually desktop, usually the result is like 0 or 1. Okay, so 4 is quite high. But as you can see here, mobile news feed for Facebook is the highest. And then number 2, which is locations in these screenshots here, it's all central region. So if you have watched my earlier video, I spoke about the targeting, the location. Always choose Singapore as a city so that this is more accurate, and you show it to that has higher tendency of you showing to Singaporeans on the island, on Singapore Island. Okay, so last but not least, I just wanted to show you my audience. This particular ad, the audience was set as Business Times, AXA, WeWork, Great Eastern, Propnex. So the age group, as you can see, we didn't put it to the higher end of 44. It was only 25 to 44, which means that 35 to 40 was best performing, $1.21 per click. Once I actually do the detailed targeting, the locations, and the age group, usually I will just tap on women and just take a look at how much is the potential reach I can have. So in this case, although the audience potential reach was 150,000, Facebook could only show it to 1,095. Let's round it up to 1,100 people, which means that actually this audience is a bit not very active if you measure based on that. Okay, so as you get started on Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, you need to do the screenshots, make your notes, and understand what's working and what are the insights telling you. This is very important, especially if you have very small advertising budgets. For us, sometimes we spend up to $400-$500 a week just testing ads. So on our own ads, not even talking about our clients' ads. So these are some things that you need to look into. That's all I have for you in this video. I hope that this video gives you some insights. If you have any questions at all, please remember to comment on them below. Do remember to give this video a like, a thumbs up. Do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. And if you like infographics, do follow us on Instagram as well. Our handle is Sky Digital Agency. For YouTube, you need to add spacing for Sky Space Digital Space Agency. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching and thank you for staying through this entire video. I hope this video gives you some insights and helps you think about certain other things that you are doing with your Facebook ads and your Facebook business pages. If you'd like to learn more, we have one-day courses from Instagram marketing to social media marketing, where we talk about both Facebook and Instagram. We also have other courses like MailChimp, chatbots, and SEO, digital marketing, sales funnels, and many more. So if you'd like to find out more, you can visit our website at www.skydigitalagency.com, or you can email us at workshops@skycrm.asia. Let me add my email here. Okay, so do reach out to us if you have any questions for us. Our website is www.skydigitalagency.com. Okay, so we have so many more content on YouTube, long form content. If you like to learn more, you like to stay updated of digital marketing topics, Facebook, social media marketing, do stay tuned, because we have many more contents coming up on our Facebook pages and our YouTube channel. So let us know as well questions that you might have, and if possible, we will try our best to turn that into a video. We'll try to answer those questions as well, especially if you have attended any of our paid courses. If you have any questions for us, do share them in the comment section. We will consolidate them and turn it into a video. The next video, I'm actually going to show you some of the flyers I've collected near our workplace at Raffles Place. And also stay tuned, because I'm going to share one of some of the business owners I've been speaking to, especially some of the hawkerpreneurs. If you know of anyone who owns a hawker store, and share with us what are some of their struggles with Facebook or social media. Okay, so I'm going to share so much more with this hawkerpreneur that I personally like what he cooks and what he sells, what he values, and what he stands for. So if you have a story to tell for your business, share it, start sharing it. You do not need to be perfect to start sharing it. Yes, as a business owner, you do not have much time, but you need to get started. Either you get started or you have to part with your money and get someone to help you start it. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. We look forward to seeing you at our next video, and we definitely look forward to seeing you at our workshops.